Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. But today I'm not alone. Today I'm joined by Roadblock. How are you doing, Roadblock?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing really good. I'm happy to be able to do another collab with another teammate of the Team Odd One. Yeah, we've been trying to plan this out, and it can be tricky for those people that do not understand how these things work. It's time zone. It's all about the time zone because, I'm UTC +2. Your EST is like 7. I think it's 6 hours difference now with the time change and all that. So it can be tricky, but at the end, here we are. So, first of all, I want to hear a little bit about yourself. Like, tell me and tell my viewers, how did you start playing Raid Shadow Legends?
Okay. So I'm Roadblock, and I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends for about a year and a half. Or no, sorry, I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends since Deliana's event. So that's like 2 years ago or so. But I got started. I was very small, like Twitch stream, and I got a sponsorship to play Raid Shadow Legends, and that's how I got into it. So
one of those.
Yep. I got into it. I got hooked, and I never looked back. And I've got several different accounts, mostly for what I put out content wise is free to play stuff, but I also have some like shard pulls on my main account and stuff. I don't know if you saw my recent one. It was very crazy. So
yeah. I didn't watch the actual video, but I saw that you shared. Like, for those of you that did not see it, just go to his channel. I'm gonna have a link to his channel in the description and in the pinned comment. Drop him a sub first of all, and just check that shard pull. Like, that has to be one of the luckiest and best shard pulls ever. So people definitely need to see that one. But yeah, it's always funny to hear when how people started, because I swear over 90% of people that started playing Raid Shadow Legends was because of an ad and because of a sponsorship or something like that. Like I started the same way. I was playing I think it was Walking This Road to Survival, something like that. It was kind of a gacha on the phone, and I was watching a guy called Talking Thrones on YouTube that did talked about spoilers, leaks, theories of Game of Thrones and whatnot, and he had a Raid sponsorship, and I saw that. I was like, that looks interesting. Let me give it a try. And 4 years later and a few $1,000 later, here I am. It definitely catches you, because definitely from the from this genre, it has one of the best graphics. Like, they definitely nail it. And for this type of a game, champion collector, there's tons and hundreds and a lot out there. But I think people, because there's so many, people start to get bored of just the champion collector. So having stuff like this, where they bring you some amazing graphics, is definitely what made them stay at the top of this genre. There's competition. There's a lot of competition now out there, but it's it kind of makes you understand why Raid Shadow Legends is. I think it still is the #1 gacha in this industry right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. I love the look of the game, the design. Any other game that I've looked at or kind of thought about, it didn't quite scratch that itch. Cardiel is my favorite, visually. And yeah, it's such a gorgeous game, considering that it's 5 years old now. Yeah. And it still makes me go, wow. So I really love this game.
I think if somebody ever said, throw me one picture that would make me start playing this game, I would just show Cardiel.
Exactly. Yeah.
No words, just show him oh my god. I mean, all the details they put, the work that they put in the details, in the visuals, and I know that there's lots of stuff that's happening with AI nowadays, AI generated and whatnot, but I do believe that stuff like this, maybe it's done by AI, but I do believe that most of this is hand-picked, handmade, and that's where you can tell the quality goes to next level, when that, that extra detail you add, these things, this makes me feel like I'm, this is from one of the church walls in my country, because Romania is fully, really Christian.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that he had something written over here. That's so crazy.
That is, yeah. I've never even looked that closely either, but it's nice to be able to do that. I feel like, no disrespect to any other gacha games, but some of them are usually just very singular color, just kind of zoomed out, right? And you've got this where it's really detailed. You can zoom in. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, a little bit of, going a little bit that extra mile definitely helps. Because I play different other gacha games where some either are too cartoony or others are either too
Cartoony,
much
that was the
into.
word. Yeah.
Yeah, they might be too cartoony or they go too much into the, what's it called, the anime vibe. Like, that's a funny thing. I love animes. I watch them. But I don't like anime games. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't catch me.
Yeah.
I'm more in this on dark fantasy vibes and whatnot. But I think we spoke enough about the graphics and whatnot. People are like, what the hell is this? Why are you talking so much about graphics? We know about that. So what we're going to go through today is a little bit through your account. So I guess if you want to kind of like be the driver and let me know what you progressed on, what what were your early decisions, what was your early focuses, we can start with that.
Yeah, so my early thought going into the free-to-play challenge was that Rathalos was going to be the key, right? Like, everything had to revolve around him. So I was like, what can I bring to make him stronger? I figured I could pull some kind of HP burn champion along the way. So that's why I went with Rathalos. I went with Athel. And then I went miscreated monster, thinking about having ally protection for clan boss. That was kind of my theory, and I wanted a Thel for the weekend. So if anybody that's watched my channel will know that I kind of regretted that Athel decision and a little early on, but I
hate Athel. I hate her, honestly. I got her last year when again in the HH free to play challenge. Her animations and her AI is so dumb. It's like, I know she's amazing, triple hit, weaken, extra turn. She's my most hated out of the four. I'm not gonna
You're
lie.
dead on about the AI. When I used her for campaign farming early on, she wouldn't use her extra turn. She could kill the enemies if she extra turned and increased her attack and then used her A2, and she wouldn't do it. And I was just like, this is driving me nuts. So a miscreated monster was really, really fun to have early. But I really missed the cooldown, the turn meter off of Kale. I think that's something that people forget. They always talk about poisons, but the turn meter on the A2 is so handy to have. And yeah, the poisons obviously were a big miss.
Yeah, this is something that, like you said, lots of people forget that the fact that like all of the starters have the same thing. Their main nuke, they have 50% extra chance to crit, so it's fine. You can make with 85%. He does bring the poisons. There's a lot more poisons out there now in the game. Fair enough, but this one is so powerful because of the early spider farm. Like, because of this one, you can basically farm stage 10 on Spider as soon as he's 6-star, has War Master, and has a decent lifesteal. Like, I think it's a starter lifesteal with a set of perception, you can do Spider 10. And that's massive, considering how important the accessories are. And not only that, I have not checked Gaelic. I haven't seen Gaelic, but I think he's also the fastest. He has the fastest animation. Like, when he goes to the campaign, he's the fastest. I know I had in a fight Aethel and Elhain alongside him when I was doing on my free to play farming, and he was faster. So it's just all the reasons for him to definitely be the best starter still today. I know it's a bit cliche. Everybody's like, oh, kill. He's still the best. He's still
he is
the best.
That's who I went with on my main free to play. That's kind of what I put out the most, and he's also kind of like satisfying. Like his animations, like you were saying, are so satisfying to see, and it just felt sometimes you get those poisons on, and even though you're about to you just barely squeeze by because those poisons tick and get you that last bit of damage.
Yeah, or sometimes you get like Matt Capper loves it when you do the 4 hit and you land none. You're like, you have 4, you didn't even land one. So I'm guessing when it came to the first 6-star, it was Aethel. She was your first 6-star as a campaign farmer. So after you got the 6-star and mastery, because I'm guessing that's, the usual route. That's what people should do. If you're watching this and you just started playing the game and you did not know yet, always your campaign farmer, which is 99% of the time, is going to be your starter. 6-star them, buy the masteries with gems, and get them War Master, or in this case, Giant Slayer for Aethel, because the triple hit they won. That's the main thing that you want to start. But after that, so after you 6-star Aethel, what was your guiding sort of like path? What did you focus on the game? Why? How? Like, was it challenges? Was it like I'm going for dungeon? Was it progress missions? How did you go about this?
I fell behind on the missions and the challenges very early. One of the biggest challenges for me personally is just working full time, trying to get and running 2 other accounts and a Raid Shadow Legends clan. It was a lot of effort, and I kind of struggled very early on. It was really demoralizing to see people that had their first 60 two days in or whatever, and I'm still at 40. So, but my mentality kind of going forward was to just keep pushing and doing the best that I was capable of. So Miscreated was my second 6-star. And that was just because I felt like that I like to go rare, epic, and then legendary last, because you can give yourself a kind of like a base to really make the legendary excel and find success. So
yeah, and the thing is, early on, and another reason why the rare is so much better to 6-star first is the ascension pots.
Yes,
like it's not as easy to get Ascension Potion. I had the same thing with my Deacon. It took me a few days till I got him 3-star ascended so he can get extra turn, because it's a lot tougher if you don't have that, that is something to push you forward. Like if you keep farming the lower stages, you're basically wasting your energy. So that's why like the rare is always the best choice. Unless you get something like a really amazing epic. I cannot think something, I don't know, maybe something like a Skull Crown. If you get her, then you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to transition to Skull Crown as my campaign farmer. She brings you Arena Lead, she brings you some other nukes. But otherwise, definitely the starters are rare. Second choice, like you said, really good, epic. And honestly, I really love the Miscreated Monster pick. And if I had known about it, because the way that I chose my starter, the way that I chose my epic is, I made a community tab and I put 3 epics in there. I put Mordecai, explained about the Rathalos situation. I put Deacon, and then I put somebody else. I did not know that Miscreated Monster was the thing. If I had known, I have a really strong feeling I would have picked him instead of Deacon, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, Deacon's amazing. He's the most versatile ever. Yeah. I love him. But I have a feeling I Miscreated just pushes you that extra bit forward. Like
you're hitting it right on the head. He was really, really good in campaign early. Yeah. I was able to push and deeper into campaign on his back, not really Athel's, where because he could just tank it and survive. So he did help me a lot in campaign early, but when it came to boss progression and stuff, I was just a little too slow just because of the lack of poisons. I did pick up like an outlaw monk, which was kind of the strategy, right? And then kind of went with him, but I ended up feeding him because I wanted that 60, or the 6-star. So
I fed so many like rares and epics that maybe I should have kept for faction war, but it's a challenge. It's a free-to-play challenge. We have certain goals, and that's what we're focusing on. And the thing that I really love about him, and the thing that I always realize when I do these free-to-play challenges again, is the reason why he's so good is because of that control. Because early on, you don't have that big of a speed. You don't have that speed sets. Like, you might have a speed lead, turn meter boost. It's not enough. Those waves are going to get the turn. And early on, up until you get better gear, you get hit once, that's it. It's over. Whereas with Miscreated Monster, he brings you an AoE stun. He brings you some decent shields. He brings you ally protection. So he's just a huge carry for everywhere. He's not going to be your best DPS, even though he's going to bring some DPS. But you have him. You're basically set for any dungeons, honestly. Like, he's obviously excelling in Spider, but again, any dungeon brings a control, survivability. It allows your other people to do their thing. And that's why, that's the funny thing. That's what I feel like this guy's going to be God tier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I swear, I'm going for him. Are you going for him on this account?
No, not on this account. I'm too far behind. I there's a video in my backlog where I kind of descended into madness, and I basically blew all my gems on during you. I don't know if you remember this. There was a Deacon 25 or 15x.
Yeah,
I
I
blew
think it was
all
less.
my gems on ancient shards chasing him.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it caused a lot of drama for a short time on my channel, but
Yeah.
we moved past it, and I'm surprised at the success I've been able to find, after kind of cutting my legs out from under me type thing. So
Yeah, I want to launch this to my viewers. If you guys are still watching this, you're awesome, by the way, first of all. But I want to launch this to you. So if you started a free-to-play account, who would you pick, like, just out of these two options? Would you guys go with the Deacon, or would you go with the Miscreated Monster? Like, I know there's Toragi and some other ones. Maybe Toragi would be better. But out of Deacon and Miscreated Monster, I'm curious what the viewers think. Who would they go with first? Because, like, you chose Miscreated Monster, which is what, honestly, I think I would have gone with. And I chose Deacon. So they're both really amazing. I'm curious what people, let's launch a debate in the comments. But like I said, I think, like, the awesome thing about Armand, and that's why, like, I'm going on the free-to-play, I hope not too many other content creators go for him, honestly. I really hope, because he's gonna
have time.
I think I'm fine. So far I have everything done with him.
I meant, are we gonna have time? I don't know when the event ends. Are we gonna have time?
So the whole event, we still got another month. Just our challenge, which we're gonna talk about in shortly, is by Friday. But we still got a month. And I feel like getting him, I already saving my books. I have five-star chickens ready for him. I'm instantly 6-starring him as soon as I get him. I'm gonna try to see if I can grab him on Sunday for the champion chase. But because of this one, I feel like I'm gonna push so many things because of him that I think I'm gonna get every dungeon to 25. I think I'm even gonna push hard dungeons. I think he's gonna be the key to easily do Nightmare campaign as well, because you just control the whole waves and then just kill him with Rathalos. So he's gonna be massive for the sake of points for us. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I gotta get back on track. I need him because I do have some other controls. I pulled a what's her name? I pulled a Luria on my account, which was my 6-star for the Spirit Affinity. I also pulled an Umbral, which is, again, really, that was my descent into madness. I was close to getting Arbiter, and I I needed something for Spider 20. I could not do, for the life of me, even though I had Deacon and Coldheart, I could not do stage 20. And I basically pulled off video, off everything, all my ancients, all my voids, and I hit an Umbral. And even with Umbral, that run was a 10% success rate.
Yeah.
I did 50 runs, like, with the double, just to do it once. Like, I didn't care how much energy I lost because I wanted that Arbiter. And after that, I'm like, okay, back to stage 16. But let's have a quick look, because, like, I talk too much. I talk too much today. Let's have a look at the dungeon. So with Dragon, I see you're 18. Have you tried pushing or not really towards 20?
I've tried. Yeah, 19. I get through the waves. I think Selenia doesn't make it through the waves, and then the team dies to the dragon right now. Yeah,
I feel like I think I had the same conversation with I think was it Kreutz? It was either Kreutz or Matt Capper. The usual thing that I see people doing, and I did this mistake a lot, is you always need in a team something like this. Always.
Yeah.
You need something to get you moving. That even at 50, she brings it at, even unbooked, honestly. I think even unbooked, just ascend it to 50. That increased speed, that extra turn meter, that extra speed from the lead, that's just massive. Or maybe, like, get him out and keep Selenia, because you're going to need something for the boss. But the first thing that I always believe is extremely important, especially early on, is somebody to get you moving,
Yeah, I agree.
The way that I always suggest to people is, if you get Apothecary by the before you get High Katoon, Apothecary should be built. If you don't, then High Katoon and not Apothecary, maybe just to 50. Because getting that increased speed, getting yourself moving is really important. Or you have another choice that I just love that one. And I didn't get to do it this time around because I pulled a Kermit. But this guy's massive. Broadmaw is just huge. Double revival block damage, which means you revive, you still get a chance to go with them, unless you get something that steals your buffs, which pretty rare in dungeons. But then he also brings you increased speed, it's the small version, but turn meter fill and increased crit rate. So Broadmoor's just amazing. Plus, if you have a bit of accuracy, has a chance to freeze. So Broadmoor's another one of those, solid carries for most dungeons, unless you get Arbiter. If you're close to getting Arbiter fast, then you don't care about him. But if you're not, I want to try and get, make Broadmoor great again, get people to build this guy, because ever since he was buffed, he's really good. He should definitely be built. And it's pretty easy to do. You grab these from 3v3, the fragments, and then these ones can be fused.
Yeah.
So that's some food for thought for later. And obviously then after that, you're just missing some, I guess, something to deal with the boss. So Rathalos should pretty much deal with it as long as it survives. But an HP burn from Celadia would help you there, or like another poisoner. Okay, Ice Golem, even though I hate this dungeon, I guess. Yep.
Oh yeah,
sounds about right. Don't even bother. As long if you can do 13, 16 max, fair enough. I just recorded a video yesterday about this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing 16, and even on 16 with full team of 60s, increase defense from Sepulchre, I still fail. I just hate this dungeon with a passion. It's like I hate it.
Fire Knight, I think, is about the same, and that's I found a lot of success with Faultless Defense.
Yes,
that has really helped. I don't have the turn meter control, which again is where something like High Katoon would come into play.
Yeah.
And that the main reason that High Katoon isn't leveled or any other kind of champion along those lines is just my time constraints, really, more than anything.
Yeah. It makes sense. Like, it's hard to balance a full-time job, a family, and 3 raid accounts. I'm doing this as a full-time job, and even for me sometimes like I might be falling behind. Let me show you a quick cheat code that, again, this is somebody that I want to launch to people. A small cheat code that's amazing for the Fire Knight. What is he? This guy. Do you know Seder? Have you played with him much?
I know him. I know. Can you show me his abilities? I just don't have them memorized.
Yeah, so basically what he brings is on the A1, a chance to land a small version of the decreased speed, but then check this A2 out.
Yeah.
4 times the random, decreases the turn meter by 15% if this attack is critical. All 4 of them. So it's not one. All 4 of them decrease the turn. So if you hit 4 times and you crit 4 times, 60% depletion.
Oh, okay. I see why now. Sorry, in my brain, I was like, why don't people talk about this guy over Armiger? And but for a 4-turn cooldown, but still that would be what you
goes
need.
To 3 goes to a 3-turn cooldown. The way that I used mine, I fed him because obviously I pulled the cold heart. That's free to play. He was a 5-star chicken, but you get him to go last, still pretty fast, and basically once he takes down the last hit maybe of the shield, and boom, turn meter control, land the decreased speed. I usually build him in a relentless. If you can get some relentless, get some good RNG, he's amazing. He basically can push you to like maybe 16, even 20 if you have a solid team around. But as long as you get him to the boss, you don't even need to 6-star him. At level 50, he's massive. He definitely want to, people definitely want to think about it, and people should always keep him in mind. He's not endgame viable. He's not late game viable. But if you're looking to, play and continue playing the account and not just keep it, do it as a challenge, you can even keep him, because he's amazing for the last boss in Skinwalkers 21. It's the one that exchanges HP,
Yeah.
To get him in there, you just keep controlling the boss, and that's going to be like easy clap. Have a couple of supports in there, 1-2 DPS with him, and you're good to go. So, some of these unsung, I know it's, it might be the same people that I talk about, but every time I do this type of collab or we talk, I still see people that, have not used them, have not built them, or don't know about it. So, it's helpful. Yeah. It's helpful for fellow content creators, for myself, because, I learn some things as well, but it's helpful to the community to help them get past stuff they're stuck.
I have a saying on my channel, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that I didn't know, anything about him. And that's just more kind of learning for me to improve. I hope there's another challenge like this. That's something that I want to dive into. I'd probably do it a lot differently.
Yeah.
But
I'm ready for next year's one myself. Because this one, anytime now my baby's going to be born. So I have a little bit of my challenge might end earlier. Hopefully she stays. Hopefully the baby girl stays till April to be born at, when the due date is. But obviously after that one's done, I'm going to be like, okay, pause for the free to play. Good thing it's only 3 months, because I could have not continued, obviously. I already have I have 2 raid accounts and I play 2 other games, manage 2 YouTube channels. It's hard. Plus IRL preparing stuff for the baby. It makes it difficult. Okay, now the spider, I'm guessing you're just farming stage 10 or are you actually farming 13?
13.
Do you not know about the stage 10 cheese?
Apparently not.
Okay, did you know the fact that stage 10 has an 80, there's like a bug in the code. Stage 10 has an 80% chance to drop 5-star instead of lower on every other one.
I think someone tried to tell me that in the comments, but they didn't word it as crisply as that. So, okay, stage 10 is where I need to farm. Got it.
Yeah, so the way, again, see, that's what I like, it's like I get this myself. I always like to learn new stuff. Like when I do things, I always like to learn to improve. So I'm happy when I'm able to help others, give information that maybe was not known to spread the word. So basically what happens here is, like I said, there's some sort of an error in the code. And even though you're going to get maybe mostly commons, but there's an 80% chance for you to get the 5-star gear, which is amazing. 5-star banners,
Absolutely.
Amulets, rings. So, and the awesome thing about this is you can just solo it with him and food. At least that's what I'm doing. He's so good.
Yeah.
Maybe you might need the books, but maybe even without them, he could basically just solo with food, or even maybe even her. But he might be better because of affinity as well. If you have him with the right mastery, let me see what masteries you have. Yeah, you might need to grab this one if you have the free. This is what helps, and this one. A lot. The chance to reset, this is amazing for most solo stuff like this or campaign farming. This is very useful. That's what I did with mine. So normally in Spider, unless you get to 16, stage 10 is always the way to be, because from 16 you stop getting mystery shards, you stop getting brews. That's why that's the threshold, you move on. But apart from that, 10 is the way, always the way.
Got it.
Okay, so we spoke so much, I cannot believe it's already 26 minutes, but I'm having fun. It's a good one. So let's get to the main event, right? We're not going to jump into Doom Tower. We're not going to jump into Syntranos again, guys. There's going to be a link to his channel. Go check out his channel. He posts almost daily, every other day from this channel, so you can see his progress. But we're going to talk about the most important thing right now. So this week is Clan Boss Week. The 2 of us are going to be the ones participating in that one. So we have to try to put up the highest numbers that we can. So let's have a look right now. You have keys. So let's have a look at it and see what you're doing, what your plans are. So is this your team currently?
This is my current team, yes.
Okay. So walk me through it. Walk me through why you chose these ones over, I don't know, maybe you have some other stuff or not.
To be honest, I didn't really feel like I had, other than maybe High Katoon, who I got later into this. I didn't really feel like I had. I recently got him, who you're hovering over. I'm not sure. That was right. I got him this week or whatever.
I saw that video.
Yeah. Okay. So Hatatsu I went with to keep the team alive. Miscreated for Ally Protect as well. Rathalos for damage, Athel for damage, and then Selenia for HP burns to activate the Rathalos. I don't have it speed tuned. I'm just putting what gear I can because I don't have the big dungeon farm, so I'm just kind of trying to get the champions as well built as I can.
Yeah. So the thing is, the team is looking good. You have a pretty solid core. Hotatsu is pretty awesome. He's not the best. I really like him, but he could be a little bit extra. He's amazing because he can bring a leech. It's 60% chance if you scrolled. He has a chance to bring the decrease attack. I really wish this was just 100%. It's the same as the rear guard sergeant. Just make it 100%. I think it's Nezana the same. Why not make it 100%? Just do that, and then he would be perfect, Yeah. But still, he brings a decrease attack. He brings the leech. He also brings increased defense and continuous heal on his 3 turn. This is massive. He also brings you defense in all battles, good aura, and also that passive. This passive is amazing because, he can take the stun and cleanse it off. And, if you want to have it speed tuned, you could make him go on a 4-3 ratio where he's taking the stun, but he still comes back to land to do his stuff at the right times if you're speed tuning. So that's one way to do it. Then obviously Miscreated Monster. I noticed that Miscreated Monster, I never thought about it up until last year. He's amazing for the clan boss because he's on a 4-turn cooldown with this one, but it's on for 3 turns.
Yeah.
And he also has that inbuilt survivability where he gives himself a massive boost. So it's like you're not that desperate to give him lifesteal or some other stuff, stalwart maybe to sustain, but then he's like, boom, I'm healing myself up. So you could go with him in a stalwart. He can take the hits. You don't have to worry like, oh, if you don't have lifesteal, how is he gonna heal? Because that's what I have on my Skull Crusher. I need a lifesteal because otherwise he's not healing back up fast enough. If he doesn't proc, that the War Master to heal up, he's dead. But him with this one can do it. So again, really amazing. And it's just about this. Like A2, A1 doesn't really matter over in the clan boss. Maybe like a little bit of baby shields. But added protection is definitely helpful. And again, 40 ratio maybe with him and try to get Hotatsu not to take the hit. Rathalos, he's just awesome. Like the damage he brings is amazing. It's just, it's a bit tricky with him with the fact that you don't use the A3 in a sense. Like, this one could bring some extra hit, but you turn it off. However,
you turn it off, huh?
Yeah, I turn it off because I'm speed tuning the team that I'm. So I'm I'm making a speed tune. That increased speed will take it out. Same way Deacon, I turn off the A3. It's like I'm not using half of their skills because I need a speed tune. But I'm curious about this. Why are you not? Why don't you have a brimstone on him? Can you not hit the accuracy?
Yeah, I probably could. I saw a video from I think it was Scratch. That talked about how good Heaven Cast was on him, and I felt like I was seeing better results from that. This was before I got the third the third star. So what's his accuracy at right now? I think it's in like it might actually be really high.
Yeah, 62. Maybe if you get lucky and get an accuracy banner. Obviously, we still got till Friday if we're gonna just push for that. But even for the future, having a chance of that brimstone is massive because that brimstone, if it lands at the right time, that's the equivalent of 5 big poisons.
No, I love brimstone. He was originally in it. I switched him to Heaven Cast to give it a shot, and it felt pretty effective. I don't know if you've tried it at all with the changes and everything that they made. I saw a bit of I don't know. I'd have to do real testing to compare it to what Brimstone does, but overall the damage output I'm happy with. And he's probably my best built champion right now too.
Yeah, it does make sense on Heavencast because he brings 2 buffs on himself. Then you have Hotatsu that brings another 2. Then you have Miscreant the Monster with data protection. So you're basically getting a straight up 5% damage boost, which it's definitely helpful. But it depends. Like you said, would it be really worth it to get Brimstone because you're going to need to get accuracy for Brimstone, which means you're going to lose some of the damage. So, I'm not sure if it's even for me. Sometimes maybe he doesn't land it. And keep in mind, I have a Skull Crusher. So I feel like this. If you cannot survive to get like turn 30, 40, there's not really. I'm not sure it's really worth getting Brimstone because. Again, like I said, you have to land it. You might not land it. If you don't land it a full rotation, you don't land it the next one, you landed at the wrong time, you might be losing too much. Whereas at least this one, it's consistent that damage all the time. You don't need to worry about the accuracy because you don't need accuracy in his kit for anything else. So again, depending on the team, this might be a better way. For me, like I said, I went with that one, but I also have Skull Crusher, which again, another counterattack, another chance to land the Brimstone. And I survived quite a few turns. So that's pretty interesting. Do you find that the Leech is pretty consistent from Hotatsu? Not really, because I noticed he's not. Because I noticed he's not alive still. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's. I suppose it's consistent enough because Rathalos actually lives much longer than anybody else. Even I don't have anyone in lifesteal anymore. I actually finally took a Thel out of it. To kind of get her a better damage output, but she does die pretty early on. Not in a like a crazy early time, but she's like one of the first to die. But the Leech isn't on that much from Hotatsu, not as much as like Deacons. But he definitely, with the continuous heals and the increased defense, that's really helping get much further into turns.
Yeah, that's where I want to come. Like ever since I saw Sharpul, I was saying already in my head, I'm looking forward to the collab because I might give you a headache, but I have a suggestion. Obviously, this is going to depend on your resources and whatnot. Let me check something first. Okay, so you might be short, but you might get a chance to grab some books. I really think if you have the chance to do it up until Friday, I would get Anchorite in the team.
Yeah.
It's the lucky thing is, look how many books he needs. 2. If you get 3 books in there, you're done. If you get unlucky, you need 8. But if you get a chance, if you get lucky and get the books here and the book here, you're like, this is the one that you care about most. If you get this buff extension, considering the buffs that you have, these are really good. Like, you don't have your people in lifesteal, like you said, you showed. It's your people are gonna die earlier. They don't heal enough if the leech doesn't land and whatnot. So having Anchorite come and extend that increased defense, first of all, which is gonna make you more survivable, but also that continuous heal, which means more healing. If you manage to tune it where your Anchorite always goes after Hotatsu to extend this one. Also, I have a suggestion for masteries over here. I'm not sure if you have it for free. You don't have it, unfortunately, but I would have gone for the one that extends the buffs for a chance to extend it, to try to extend that continuous heal as well. So like I would have gone, grabbed that one and then come and gotten Master Sniper, sorry, not Master Hexer, because you want to get that closer to 100%.
Yeah.
I do believe that Anchorite is like, 'cause apart from that, like I don't see anything else. You don't have anything else that's like, yeah, it might be worth to get in the team. Not really. That buff extender is kind of like really key for the killable teams. That's what I noticed, and that's what I was trying to get into my team as well. But I cannot. Unfortunately, I cannot because who do I drop? They drop Deacon. I need to swap everybody else in each. Do I drop Rathalos? He does like 8 million damage for me. Like, Yeah. So, but him.
Would you drop in my team? Would you drop Athel or Selenia?
I think I would drop Athel because Selenia, it's not the perfect, it's not the most consistent and whatnot. But if you do have that HP burn out there, she enables Rathalos more, and he's your main guy. He's your main DPS. That's all he's in there for. He brings your defense down. He also gets more survivability, more damage. One thing I need to check though, each time an HP burn debuff is activated, it's only 5%, so you might still be able to speed tune with a 5%,
She has healing too on the A1.
Heals, yeah, when attacking. Yep, so she has self-sustain. That's good. So this team, if you look at it, it's pretty fun. She has self-sustain. He has self-sustain. He brings the good sustain. He brings the heal on the, A3, fully heal, and on the A1. So it's like with this team, you might be able to push it a little bit further and not require lifesteal, because at the end of the day, that's kind of the goal for these types of teams. You try to get away from that lifesteal because that, limits you so much, and try and get some more, you might get somebody in a toxic, you might get somebody in a guardian, so you can mix and match it to push to the next level. So I think that would be my suggestion. That would be my suggestion. Like trying to get him. He brings HP in all battle, but I think you'd still go with the defense one. And yeah, I'm really curious if you do it. Do you think you'll have the resources and time to get him?
I definitely have a decent energy stockpile, or a decent gem stockpile right now at 763. So I think I could.
And we have this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I could probably do it. The only thing I probably have to sacrifice some epics to do it, but I'm kind of all in. Like when I found out about these challenges, I was like, you know what? I'm all in on Clan Boss. That's it. That's, because I remember messaging very early when we were trying to figure out our teams, and I was like, Clan Boss right here. I'll do it. Yeah. And so that was kind of the plan for me. So I agree with you about Anchorite, and that I'm gonna try and get him in there. Just use all my energy up and try and get him leveled up.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely gonna be solid for that, and I'm not sure if you're gonna get Ultra Nightmare because the inconsistency of the decreased attack is the problem. But I feel like this should get you to an easy 2-key. You know, with the right build and stuff, it should get you easy 2-key Nightmare at least. And then slowly push into that 4-key Ultra Nightmare. He's definitely going to be amazing. The only thing is, like one thing that I will try to suggest to definitely keep an eye out, see where you can grab it. Not sure how this one looks. Yeah, don't have it. Books. Keep an eye out and grab all the epic books you can get from wherever, you know. Because you definitely want to have him booked. So I saw that you have one right now.
Yeah.
You might have a chance, but I would say go for it because you need a book. But at the same time, I would say screw it because I hate Ice Golem. But because it's only at 2,000, maybe, I don't know. I would say see how your luck goes with the books. But you definitely want the A2 and at least the A2. So I feel like maybe if you get the A2 booked at least, you should be fine. The A3 would be nice as well because they're fully healed. But this one, if this one you can get it to extend the increased defense, the continuous heal, the ally protection.
Yep.
It should bring a pretty solid results, honestly. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this team in action.
Do you want to run a key real quick? I know we're short on time here. Okay.
No, it's fine. This is you know what, for these types of videos.
I haven't done any Nightmare with this team.
Okay.
that's what.
Should we do brutal first then? Do you think is it a 1-key brutal? Is it?
It's
top
not.
chest brutal?
It's
no?
a 2-key brutal. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Everybody has War Masters and stuff, right? War Master.
Yeah.
Okay, it's usually the speed tune or not speed tune.
It's the speed tune, yeah.
It makes such a mess unless you have lots of turn meter in the team. Like, you know, unless you have 2 people that push turn meter, increase speed turn meter, you're always better off with speed tune. That's what I noticed. Like last year, I had Lysandra and Arbiter in my account, and those two, I could 4Q Ultra Nightmare on speed tune just with that, just them going YOLO, poisons, decrease attack, decrease defense. So let's run this right on brutal.
It's a weak. Go ahead.
Do you want to do brutal or do you want me to go on Nightmare?
Nightmare will be quicker.
Okay, let's see the team in action.
Killable teams is a weak spot for me. I got an unkillable team on my main account very early, so
okay.
I'm never really ran a killable team. Even on my free to play, I have a killable team. It's only a 2-key Nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I got the same, like straight up with not any decrease attack. That's what it can suck.
Yeah.
But I think I had the same on my main account. Like I didn't know much what I was doing and whatnot, you know, when I was playing. But then after I realized, basically the way that it went is I started spending. I was working abroad. I was like crazy. I basically got my man-eater on I think it was a 10 times man-eater. I got the man-eater, got the painkeeper. I built my budget unkillable. The next week it was a 2 times void. I got 2 more man-eaters. So I'm like unkillable. Like I've been running the bat eater ever since like a while. I did swap it though 1 year ago when Demestar came out, and I'm running a Mythful right now on the main account. Like unkillable unkillable just makes it so much easier. With a killable comp, it's painful and so much harder to, you know, it's so much. Oh my god, second time. I think it might be the accuracy on him. Maybe not landing the accuracy attack.
Did it? Well, yeah, it could be.
This time it resisted.
Okay. Yeah, I got Fushan was like my second or third legendary that I pulled in, and then I had a Demitha early before I even knew what Mythfu was. And then I just, you know, you start watching as a newer player, you start watching YouTube videos and you see like, you know, someone talking about Demitha and Fushan, and I'm like, wait, I have those guys.
Yeah, it definitely makes your life a lot easier. But oh my god, the 233k hit from Raphael's there, that was just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely have an accuracy check here as well. So I don't think your accuracy. You need I think 190 accuracy for Nightmare.
Yep.
So do you want me to keep the key or do you want me to end it so you can do your?
I'm fine using this. Yeah, because usually what I do, I can 1-key hard, 2-key brutal, and then I throw a key into Nightmare. So this is just my Nightmare key.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. That's good. But
yeah, like, so see, that's where Ethel, you can see she's dying kind of early without lifesteal.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't land that leech with all ice, still makes it hard, and that's where I feel like she's definitely the weak spot. Because again, your main DPS in here is Rathalos. Like he is the guy. He does the job. And Selenia, you want to keep for that HP burn because first it enables him, obviously, but also that HP burn, it's 75k tick. You know, it's a solid damage that he can land. So April just brings the weaken. I'm not sure if the weaken is just that important. Whereas Anchorite, he's gonna bring you, from my point of view, at least another 10 tons of survivability. If not 20.
Absolutely.
Because extending that increased defense, extending those continuous heals, extending the ally protection, just basically allows you to do so much more. Like, I'm really curious to see how this team is going to work, because at the end of the day, like you said, well, we're spoiled with the unkillable teams, you know. It's like you get them, you do them, and you never think about them. But when you have a killable comp, you always have to think about it. You always tweak it. How can I push the numbers higher? How can I do this further? And I like it. I usually like it because it's fun. But, you know, after I achieve it, it's like, I'm over it. I want unkillable, you know. It's like, it's fun to play with it. But then, like, after you've done it, you're like, no, I'm out. Give me back my unkillable. I want to be able to do it. And that's going to be good. One thing I want to show, it's like, you know, it's a little bit of a brag because I'm happy with myself, but I want to see. I killed you for a second. Let me see. Hopefully it's can I do it without like technical difficulty, guys? Let me see. Yep, it works. There we go. So.
Oh, I already know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to see because like I don't think we know what people are doing. Like who's gonna participate from the other teams. From what I can do, I feel like we have a shot at winning, but I'm scared at Deadwood. Because he has the man-eater. And we have some news, I think, by the time this video out, there's a 15 times man-eater. And if Dewu gets that one, it's out. Like, second man-eater. But one thing that I was proud of... Oh, what's the point? I think it reset again, because, like, what's this point?
Was it the monthly points?
I think, yeah. We're still in last. It's fine. But I was
a lot of my points aren't counting, and that not because of a technical glitch. Because of the 3 accounts, I'm constantly playing under RSL Helper. So the tracker doesn't take that. So I need to go through.
If you open it, so if you open the account and have RSL in the back before you open the other ones, it can stay there and it still log stuff because I'm running 2 accounts always. So if you open whichever you want, but I guess maybe preferably start with the free-to-play challenge one, open the optimizer, and then open the other 2. The optimizer is still working. It's still fine, still stays there, and it still tracks the stuff. So that's a quick tip. But this is something I'm proud of, even though it's still a work in progress. I did manage to be one of the first ones to get to Ultra Nightmare, at least from what the optimizer recorded, you know. It's not perfect. I want to get better, but I do have, you know, I'm not going to lie. I have Sepulcher, decrease attack, increase defense, block debuffs, Skull Crusher, counterattack, ally protection, Venom Age damage mitigation, and Deacon with a lifesteal.
Yeah, so this is like all, like I don't want to talk too much about my other account because I know we're here for the challenge, but on my main account, Venom Age, Deacon, Blade Master, and Skull Crusher are all in my clan boss team on that too.
Yeah, it's like, it just makes sense. It's a nice score. Like I was thinking, you know, I pulled, what's it called? I pulled a Hellborn Sprite, you know. She has a buff extension. I'm not sure if you're too familiar with her kit. Do you know Hellborn? So Hellborn Sprite was used a lot for the, what's it called? For the World Record teams. People were doing that with the Brogni teams and whatnot because they needed a buff extender, they needed a weekend. So she's a rare. And you see that brings that. So small version of Weaken on the A1, but she has this one. Increases duration of all buffs by 1 turn. 3-turn cooldown. I think it's her and Valerie. That's it for rares. But at least she brings the Weaken and also brings a baby increase crit rate, you know.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I could get her so I could have that increased defense and block debuffs up on all the time, you know, for my team. But then I was looking, I mean, if you look at this, who did you have?
Yeah.
It's like, I heard people saying Venom Age. It's like, yeah, I get what you mean, but people don't realize how powerful Venom Age's, what's it called, passive is.
Yeah, the 15% damage
reduction. It's straight up 15% damage reduction. And the cool thing about this team is, even if sometimes she doesn't land the heal reduction, there's a chance, you know, because she's running as my lead with accuracy, there's a chance that this guy lands it. What is he? and you still get it, you know, because he has it on
Exactly,
A1, you know, you still have a chance. So I feel like it's, you know, that's what I mean with these types of killable comps. You always look at your teams and you're like, okay, what do I drop? What do I bring? You know, is it worth it to bring something for what I draw? Like, for example, for me, if I would bring in Hellbone Sprite, I don't want to drop Venom H because she's decreased defense, decreased attack, poisons, damage mitigation. Like, that's what people suggested. Sepulcher is not consistent enough, even though I do have Skull Crusher. Have to think Affinity. Then Sepulcher, obviously, she makes me, what's it called, Affinity friendly, because of the block debuffs. Then Skull Crusher, which obviously counterattack and ally protection. And then you have Deacon and Rathalos. Rathalos puts up like 8 million damage for me. I can't really drop him. And then Deacon is amazing. Even though I just used A1 and A2 on him, he is amazing because allowing you not to have lifesteal or not to need lifesteal on everybody is massive. Like, I looked on my account, I cannot get Sepulcher and lifesteal at 239 that I need her. So it's like, do I still build her? And I think this is the team that I'm gonna stick with because, like, you know, I wanted to talk about this as well because we're talking clan boss. Like I said, we're both gonna be competing this week, trying to put our best. So I wanted to show a little bit, you know, show you a little bit my team and show to the viewers as well, even though I'm gonna have some more videos on it. So I think I'm gonna stick with this one, and I think I'm just gonna try and do some tweaks. Like, currently I have him in toxic, everybody else in random stuff. So my tweaks is, I think, I have Skull Crusher and Lifesteal because he needs to heal up a bit.
Yeah.
But I think what my goal should be for this team, because I've been farming this rotation Griffin instead of the Dark Fae. I realized it too late, like an idiot, after I was doing Dark Fae for a week. I'm like, wait, bro, what are you doing? You need that Guardian. I'm going to try and get Guardian on Venom Agent Sepulcher. Because bringing that extra damage mitigation because I cannot think what else. Like, I already have a Toxic on Deacon. There's nothing else that can help my team apart from Guardian. So, like, maybe a Stalwart, maybe a Stalwart actually on Sepulcher, because on Ultra Nightmare, because I don't have a buff extender, she's not covered with the ally protection on the second AoE. So that might be the tricky thing. Guardian Venom Mage, Stalwart Sepulcher. So this is the interesting thing, and the thing that can be annoying, obviously, when you have unkillable, the complexity of killable teams.
It's so complex. Yeah, you got to think about everything.
Yeah, and then make it perfectly speed tune. Make it do this, make it do that. It's like, I even have I have the presets for my team. I prepared in Devojet. Let me see if I can grab that one shorty as well. I might hide you again. Like, I apologize for technical difficulties. Let me see. So, because I usually try to save my speed tune. So my speed tune is this one. Okay, let's try and go. So this is the one. I just need to, let me push this one back. This one back. So see, you look, it's like, okay, delay one turn over here, he goes, it looks just fine, right? It's like, okay, it's perfect, it's fine, it's full auto, it's amazing. No, it's not, because the first turn, Skull Crusher takes the stun. And if I use his ally protection at the beginning, he takes the stun and he doesn't put it back over here. So even though it looks like it's awesome, I have to delay him. I have to do A1, 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 and then only after the next turn, he can do the ally protection, the counterattack. Because otherwise, he takes this first turn over here and it falls out of tune. But after I do this rotation, the team just goes on and Jesus take the wheel. So yeah, that's the thing. Let me see. I killed it. Okay, you're back. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, but I think we talked a lot. This is definitely the longest collab I did. But you know what? At the end of the day, Clan Boss is the most complex and the most important in the game.
Oh yeah.
Because go ahead.
I was gonna say I preach that all the time ever since I started my first free to play. It's like clan boss. That's the most important. Once you have that solved, the rest of the game starts to get a lot easier.
Yeah, and if people still think or want to understand why, it's all about this. The transcended chest, like having a chance to get a sacred void legendary tome epic book every single day is huge. This is basically what enables you to do fusions consistently. If you get to Ultra Nightmare, if you get lucky enough to have a 3-key Ultra Nightmare and a 1-key Nightmare, you're basically set. As long as you're not a splurger, you're set to do every single fusion if you're pretty good with your resources, if you're good at resource management. And that's why we preach this, because the Demon Lord, it's still the #1 place in the game for free rewards. Then after that, from my point of view, it's Doom Tower, and then the Faction Wars, because again, the Forge, the stuff that you get from these ones is just massive. But I think we should call it here because it's almost an hour. But I had fun. Yeah. If you are one of the ones that are still here and watching, you're amazing. We both love you, and it's definitely been a fun one. Like I definitely had a blast, Roadblock. Thank you for joining me on the channel.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to tell you guys again, make sure you go share some love with Roadblock. There's going to be a link to his YouTube channel in the description and in the pinned comment. You know what? Go share, like I said, show him as much love as possible because he puts in the grind. Like I see you posting a lot. You post a lot. You deserve to hit that 1,000 subs to get monetized, first of all, because you're doing a massive job. You're definitely doing a massive job, and you deserve the love and support and you deserve the appreciation.
Yeah, and check out the shard opening video. Definitely. That one, I'm very proud of that one.
You definitely want to check that one. I haven't seen. I know what happened, but I haven't seen the whole video. So after we're done, I'm gonna check that video as well. But anyway, again, thank you, Roadblock, for joining me today. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit of a longer one, but this is how it is. You know, if you want to see how people think, how you can improve, get some ideas, it's going to be videos like this that you have to watch sometimes. And trust me, you're not going to regret it because you're always going to learn something new. I'm the same, always want to learn something new. So hopefully you guys learned something new in today's video. And yeah, thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.